feel, I've only been in Daytona for a year, but I've heard about the things you did. I've seen some of the stuff you've done, and you say longevity factor, but how does it also feel to actually start seeing some of that stuff, tangible?
Oh man, believe me, I mean, it's a great feeling, and now you get to play against some of these guys, and seeing a lot of these kids move on to college and play, or just become successful people. There's a lot of kids that have come from this camp or come from the camp in New Jersey or Toronto, and so some lawyers and doctors. We have a lot of these kids now. One of my helpers here now is an athletic trainer. So I mean, they're just doing something. It doesn't have to be basketball per se, because we just want these kids to kind of learn how to go about what they want to do the right way. And that's
you do these camps every year. What makes it, like doing it this year? What makes it special this year?
I mean, every year is different, for sure. You always learn something new. You always get a few new kids. You got a kid from a young lady from Greece. She came by herself. We have a group of kids. We had a group of kids come from Brazil. We had some kids come from Spain a couple of years ago. She came by herself with her parents, of course. But so it's always fun. It's very satisfying to see the kids that you had from last year come back and bring a friend. That means they had fun, and we're doing something, and they're learning something from them. So that's always great for me. I enjoy coming back. I have my family here, all my cousins, my brother, my aunts are doing the education station. My daughter's in the camp. I have a niece in the camp. I mean, it's fun, and a lot of these kids I've seen kind of grow up, coming from 6-year-old. So now we have one he's now 14, and he was in the camp in New Jersey. And of course, when I left New Jersey, when we stopped doing it, he started coming here now. Things like that. I mean, just when you see those kids come back, that means they have an appreciation for what they've learned. And I tell all of my coaches, yeah, they come for the name, but they also love these coaches. So some of the coaches who don't coach every year, these kids come back, where's Coach Joe? Where's Coach whatever? Which they all have other engagements to do, but it's a testament to these guys too also.
I know you had the Spruce Creek team down in Orlando visiting you. And, with this camp and the other things that you do, it's easy to not give your time and everything. What is it inside you that kind of pushes you to?
Well, I say this. I say for any athlete of any sport of any caliber, do it because you want to, not because you have to. I think athletes feel the pressure when they say, oh, he doesn't get back to he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that, because of maybe somebody before them, athlete that's coming after them, or younger, older, same age, whatever, doing the same thing. I think the pressure for athletes to do it, I think sometimes it comes off wrong when they do that. I do it because I enjoy it. This is fun for me. I've always been that way. I come from a family that's very giving. We've always, as a young kid, when I had basketball practice, a couple kids didn't need to ride home. My mom would take the kids home, pick them up. That's just what I've grown up to know and to love for myself. And that's just me. That's just who I've been. It's fun. I don't think anything of it. It's just what I know. I do the camp. It's funny because when the kids, our parents ask about the camp, it's like, yeah, you're gonna be at camp. I hear you at the camp. Why are you gonna be there all day, or be there every day? Or what days do you come to the camp? I just can't imagine not being there, not being here every day, because this is what's right for me. Some guys choose to do it different, and that's their business. But I choose to be here, start to finish, each and every day. So.
On the subject of giving back, you do a lot of things through your MC of Hope. Just talk about some of the things that you've been able to do through your MC as giving back to the community.
Scholarships.
You better let mom in. You better let mom in.
That's scholarships. Kids go to college. We've done food baskets for Thanksgiving. We've done Christmas drives. Of course, we do the golf tournament where we raise the money to give out to different foundations. I've donated. I can't even imagine how many jerseys, shoes, pictures, you name it, basketballs, full camp. So I mean, it's just a wide range. My goal was to try to reach everybody. I just didn't want to have a foundation where we're just all just for cancer, you know, or just for one particular thing. So I think doing it this way, we can kind of reach out and we switch every year to give each organization an opportunity to raise some money for them.
36 going on 37, right? You still had a productive season last year. You know, what is keeping you productive, and how are you able to still pull it off?
Just my off-season training right now. This is kind of the building block for my summer workout, and I start early. So like for these kids, I always want to see you done. They always want to play you one-on-one. So I kind of prepared for this to get to my real training. So this is like the building block, and I just feel good. I think coming off of last year, the year before, I felt that I did okay, but I felt good enough, and I put a lot of work in. You know, I made sure I stayed at it's a window. I have a weight that I like to keep, and I got into camp, and I was in the best shape of anybody there, which is what I was looking for because I was the oldest. And in my mind, I wanted to set the tone and just let the organization know that I'm serious about this. You know, I'm very appreciative of being able to still play, but I wanted to come in like I'm serious about this. I'm not just doing this to say, oh, I played 17 years. I want to say I played 17 effective years, and I was fortunate. So that's actually driven me to be prepared for this show.
So did you change your off-season routine or your workouts? What did you do?
I really didn't. Slightly, you know. First of all, just keeping my weight down. You know, once that season over, you kind of just want to finally I can just do what I want. I didn't do a lot of that this year. I kind of just and last summer I just kept my weight down, which took out that losing weight phase, which is, you know, sometimes it can take a while, sometimes it doesn't. Losing weight phase, it makes it easier to just go right into where I want to be as far as training. So once I already got to camp, I was already in that shape. I wasn't getting in shape. So I just took that approach instead of just not letting my body go, but just letting it all hang out, so to speak. And once I cut that out, everything was easy. You know, I did a lot more running than I would normally do. I try to save my legs, my body, but I timed it right. That's what I'm more so than anything.
Change
the diet, right?
Diet.
So I'm not that far out there anyway, but slightly. I guess that always helps.
Hey, you guys didn't get the white. No, I know you guys. I know you wanted. You guys wanted the white. You talked about it last year, man. Hopefully you can play for you guys, but just what was like on the
I didn't even know it. I heard about it through other people, but that's a tough decision in situation for anybody, and he's had to do it twice. So there's not much you can say. It's just now we have to kind of go to the next round. Who's next and available? And I know there's some big men out there. I know I haven't talked to the organization since it was over, the whole thing. So I'm sure he's available somewhere. So mine, I'm sure Odie are the big men available. So I'm assuming that's what we're going to go for.
How are you feeling about the organization? Because it seems like they are in a period where they're trying to maybe make some moves, and I've even heard that you may be a guy that they could move in some of these transactions.
I have. I've already been told that. So
awesome.
It's just great for them to know that I'm secure. And one thing about them, they're straight up and honest. They tell you, we're looking to move you or we're not moving. And there's a question that was answered immediately. So it's just very satisfying to know that my work that I put in last year secured me a spot. Not a spot, but just secured me as far as a job, and now I'll be there.
Is that a Mark Cuban thing? Because I know he seems to be a hand-on type of guy.
Yeah, that is. It's the organization in general. They're a great organization. He's very passionate about his team, as what you see, of course, on TV or when you're live, but he just cares about his team and putting the best product out there. And you get that from him when you meet him and you talk to him and you just see how he operates. And so I know he's definitely trying to get the right team on the field.
So you said you're feeling good. You changed, start getting on 37. How much more run do you think you got?
I don't know. It's just year by year. As long as the jump shot still works, you can still have a job. There's some young guys in the league who specialize in just shooting. So I feel like I can still have a job as long as I can still move. I hate to put a time limit on it, but I'd more so say year to year. My goal, for whatever reason, I wish I kind of knew why. I said I wanted to play 15 years once I got to the NBA. I don't know why, but I was like, there's a lot of great players who didn't play that long. So now going into year 16, I'm thankful. And then once this year's over, well, I kind of evaluate where I go from there. Does year 17 happen? We'll see.
I read some stuff you said one of the only differences is you don't jump quite as high.
Yeah, and you don't do it as often because it's about smart play. Because I feel like if I go out there and try to do the stuff that I did as a young kid, all right, it looks great, but now I'm hurting for the next 2 or 3 plays down the court. It just doesn't make sense. So when the opportunity's there and it makes sense, oh yeah, definitely.
If you put Frederick Weiss out there, could you still clear him?
Heck no. I'm going to hurt him and myself.
You guys.
All right, as you got a kid that was born in the same year your dunk contest, he'd be a freshman in high school right now. Is that something that you kind of keep stuff like that in mind when you're here at camps and stuff like that?
I mean, for sure. I mean, it's just like because half of these kids don't even know they had to, weren't even around. So it's fun. I mean, it's like it's weird. It's like I remember. It's like now I remember when I was a young guy and I played against the older guys of the NBA. Okay, fine, I can say it. When I played against the Barkleys, the Pittmans, and the Patrick Ewings and Olajuwons, somebody I had posters of and tried to get their basketball cards from other guys and stuff like that. Now that's me. I'm the older statesman. I'm the one. Now these guys are saying, "Yeah, I had your poster." So it's the transition is just weird. And just, like I said, just to still be able to play with these young guys who looked up to me is a great feeling. It's an old feeling, but it's still a good feeling.